Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another championship stream.
They're still doing these?
Yeah, they are.
I'm not going to move an inch.
Don't you dare move.
Been told.
You've been hiding out at the edge of the frame in the past ones of these.
I cannot move my head.
I remember to hit the record button, so the YouTuber watchers will be able to see this. Shout out to YouTube watchers, but right now it's all about the stream.
And it's all about the custom deck tournament.
Yeah, right now we're looking at one of the two custom decks that
this is
in
Profit.
The championship.
This was Profit. I was in this tournament and faced this deck, and it is unbeatable. Actually, it went 15-1.
So beatable.
You could see Profit named it Deceiver Spam. And man, it's like so evil that some of these cards are together. Transfuse being one of them. Like Deceivers just... Because Deceivers are psychic, right?
Yeah.
But they have a defensive quality to them. It's interesting. And like once you pack them into a deck full of defensive stuff, it is just so over the top. Transfuse is so
Transfuse
unfair.
keeps the Deceivers around longer.
Well, I mean, the Deceivers keep everything around longer, and Transfuse helps one or both of them. Mm-hmm. To me, it's probably my most common, like, where I'm playing and I'm like, oh, this isn't working right, is like when you're next to two Deceivers.
Seems like maybe you should have like a graphical cue as to what's happening there.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to communicate everything without a lot of custom code, but like, yeah, you get next to two Deceivers, you're doing 2 less damage if you roll a special. And yeah, I mean, Priest, look at a Priest, then makes those Deceivers also an offensive threat. So, this is another...
Blood Fervor is a great combo with the Deceiver, because the Deceiver's big drawback is that it's complete garbage for attacking.
Yeah, I mean...
So you often have to move them into place, and typically, you're trying to move attackers into place.
Right. Like back when, of course, when we first released the app just as a demo, it was Breakers versus Cave Goblins, and you would get like a Deceiver versus a Climber battle that would just go on for like 4 or 5 turns as they tried to defeat each other. But yeah, this Crimson Order deck... It's Dark Divine, but so it has all these, like... Dark is just a lot more, like, burst of power than Divine is,
Right.
And it really... so we're fill some holes for Divine, and...
he's got old Albus the Wise in there with a null. Does he make good use of that?
I don't know. It when I played it, it was so oppressive. And this is a... Just like in Tournament 1, the finals come down to a very defensive versus offensive kind of faction. And this is obviously the defensive side. And I think this is leveled up versus it was a Sarah deck, right, that we saw last time.
Yeah, that got decimated by a Cave Goblin deck.
Yeah.
No Cave Goblins in this final, so that deck didn't make it.
This is Cloaks. And this is Cloaks with Vlox -1 strength. My old debuff... Well, wait a minute. No, that's normal Vlox, right? Yeah, this is custom deck tournament, so we don't do that stuff. Everything is as printed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen much of this. This is the first time I'm actually really looking at this one.
Put in Climbers. Usually pretty reviled.
Well, what is the deal here? Not a... There's no...
Trying to get them into place for Pile On. They're good for that.
Yeah, that could be... I love to see Pile On.
Of course,
deck.
You can do... Dagger can slide with them.
So this is played by ASCII Riel, who is pretty new.
One dancer in there.
There you go. So this Profit has been in tons of stuff, has won tournaments and everything. This person is a bit newer. They were in the top 10% last season, but their first couple tournaments, I think, are I didn't look all the way back, but they weren't in some of the Season 2 tournaments. But they are, I mean, of course, Prophet also and ASCII Riel are both in the current base deck tournament ongoing right now in round 2. They both progressed there, so
It's kind of fun to see in this deck, you know, it's just splashing in some stuff, like one Gem Dancer, one Slip By, one Smoke Bomb.
Well, especially the commons, that's perfect for Vlox, right?
Yeah.
Because
he gets all the abilities.
Yeah, I mean, he might be just putting that Dancer in the back row.
Yeah, it looks like he's very concerned about mobility for Vlox with Moto Boot, Slip By, and the Dancer. Climb.
Right, and I mean, with Vlox's Epic, it's just... I mean, I still think it's maybe the best card in the game, but... I would know because of all the wins I had in these tournaments.
Yeah. Did you play Out of Shadows?
I didn't get to play. I would play Cloaks. So in the current base deck tournament, I joined accidentally. I was trying to fix a sign-up bug, and I signed up very quickly and clicked random things. Maybe I could have done better if I picked the factions that I feel I'm strongest at, but yeah, I haven't seen any games from this one. And of this deck, unlike Prophets, so we'll see how it stands up. The thing about it is, like, yeah, you can get to anywhere. You could certainly get to the Summoner. Of course, we're going to see Law of Sanctity again, like we saw in the last finals. But now, does he have the versatile unit in this deck?
Yeah, he has.
He's got Machinists. Okay. Yeah, so that can help get around Sanctity, just like all those Cave Goblin tricks we saw last time. But you got to do a lot of damage to the other units to make a difference. Otherwise, they can. I don't know. They're just tough to take down. We will
Chibata, Summoner Wars, you didn't miss nothing. Just bloviating over what the decks contain. But let's start the actual game.
Use the F key.
And Joe says to use the F key.
I think
we ran into trouble with this last time.
No, I think it worked last time.
Yeah, Joe accidentally signed up for the tournament.
I believe I recognize that because congrats on being one of the people to move on to round 2, like the extra. You know, like there was so many from each pool and then a couple extra people, and Ciabatta was one of them who was in like
squeaked in.
Squeaked in, yeah.
All right. So,
all right,
Cloaks
Vlox is going first. Love these avatar selections, by the way.
Copy and cover fire. And Slip By out the gate, so he's looking to bring Vlox right in.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, okay.
Interesting.
Just going to be hanging out there, which, you know...
He's going to use cover fire to bring up cover, though, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep, these people are smart.
Opening gate in his hand obviously allowed him to do this.
Yep.
Otherwise, he'd be too exposed up there.
And I don't know if I would say this High Elves deck is if it's
and
designed
then cover
for
fires.
punishment.
No, he versatile. Wait, cover fire moves 2?
Yep.
All right.
Friendly units only, of course, but... All right, he's like, you know, discarding for magic. I like that.
First Deceiver and Deceiver spam.
I like that.
Gonna go ahead and cover up his gate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's called Deceiver spam. We're gonna see a lot of deceivers.
Dictates the Machinist forward, which you don't want to leave a Machinist alive that is
but
in a position
but she can dictate it again.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna die. She's got greater engage, and the Deceiver has engage 3 damage. Oh yeah, the Deceiver does like to be friends with Valeria.
Oh man, it's brutal. And, I think one thing interesting about the custom deck...
It's not long for this world.
No, about the custom deck. But it did its job to, allow Vlox to, be up there.
If he's got a rogue, Vlox is going to be able to corner attack. Oh, Oblige coming out to cover Valeria, probably.
Let's see. Yep, you got it. Yeah.
Oh, and bringing up the piece so that he wasn't dealing with Tough being up there earlier.
Yeah, really well done. So that's that high elf ceiling. Man. So both of them just sort of strategically being able to use... I mean, that's a lot of being great at second edition, is being able to use your summoner without
exposing it to too much damage.
And,
we put a lot in the game to encourage summoner use, but of course, it's the loss condition, so... Whoops. I'll pass that a little quick.
Well, it was tough, so probably just did one and then got reduced to 0.
Kept the damage off. Oh, man. Tough plus Stupefy, right? No, Stupefy is...
Stupefy is for adjacent.
Yeah.
But... and Tough shouldn't have triggered there. It's just maybe a bad roll. I don't know, you're pressing F so fast.
Tagging through to Valeria.
Yeah, I just lost a game to that to the sniper.
So, Vlox is not in an ideal position here.
Well, I think that it's, Valeria is less set up for like to do a ton of damage in one turn than Vlox is.
Prophet does not have an ideal hand holding on to 4 events.
Yeah, wow, that is rough.
He's got enough units on the board that it didn't like ruin it for him.
Yeah, but if I was favoring high elves coming into this, which really I have no idea if that needs to be, because Vlox is great, but that handicaps it a little bit.
Bringing out the Sanctity, so not that interested in attacking Vlox.
No,
it lets him stall to get some units in hand.
I think Sanctity
is probably going to oblige again, right?
Sanctity was always a good match with Valeria because she gets so much out of being right in the mix,
Bring up the uninjured piece. Oh, no. Brings the gunner up. Oh, we're still in the attack phase. He played Oblige at the end of the attack phase last time, so I got confused about what phase Oblige is.
Oh, yeah, it's the epic, so it's in the maximum power slot there in the attack phase.
Cleaning house.
Yep.
You did say this deck was unbeatable.
Did I say those words?
Yep. You said exactly those words. That was a direct quote.
See, Abada saying he was close to the finals in this one. I had some thoughts about future tournaments after this game's over.
So Prophet's hand's looking a lot better for him. He's got a mix in there.
For sure. For sure.
Vlox doing a lot of copy and cover fire.
It's such a complex matrix to navigate.
Vlox can kind of get some abilities when he's outside of the range of the grantors of those abilities via Master of the Art.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have to be close to do it. It's just that if you're copying, then the whole point is to be up and about.
Pile on. Nice. Cover fire in Vlox.
Okay. Let's see.
Or the climber to keep Vlox safe.
Because it's Sanctity that's active, right? So... Well, Sanctity.
Oh, yeah.
So that's all he was ever going to do, but that's all that Valeria can do back.
Right. Yes, that's why he can be right up in the mix. Taking advantage of that law. Both directions.
Valeria can't push,
Not even bothering with the Deceiver.
Valeria can't push around a summoner, so it's one of the things you can do. Especially such like this common heavy.
Can you see your opponent's deck name? Probably not, right?
No, this is the first time anybody's seen those deck names when we showed it in the other window. But you could see their whole deck from the gate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we did end up implementing that.
Maybe he doesn't attack the Deceiver because he
Plus, he
knows
could
that
probably, if I was them, before I took a move, I'd watch all the games from my opponent first in the tournament. So they know what they're up against.
Yeah, I guess that's what it takes to be elite.
Yep.
Got to put in the study time.
All right, a little back and forth with Valeria. To push out a climber. Interesting.
The Mind Witch wants the Gunner so that Fox can't keep copying cover fire, maybe? Since that seems to be his preferred.
Yeah, I'll be curious how many...
Whoops. Too fast. But yeah, we
Did one.
can't because of Sanctity.
Jeez, just obliterate units without...
Yeah.
Just obliterate 3 life units without an attack.
I mean, it was a 0 cost to obliterate it.
Yes,
so.
in that case, sure. Alright, the priests have emerged in Prophet's hand.
And Sanctity's still in play. Those laws, they stick around. But it will not be in play at the start of Valeria's next turn, so Vlach needs to get out of dodge.
That's right. Or just say, hey...
Engage doesn't work on summoners, so...
Yeah, it does.
It does. Engage plus... so getting out of there is going to be a problem. Gonna get 3 hits on Valeria, maybe?
Yeah, I mean...
It's a way to counter Sanctity.
Right, we've seen that. Who could forget?
Well, Fox is versatile, so he'll be able to do 2 just on his own, right? Here's a move phase hit.
That's right.
Oh, nice. Timely gate.
I mean, I think that's what you do. I think you hang out up there with Phlox, because he's immune. He's not immune to engage, but he's immune to dictate and...
yeah, she doesn't have a lot of ways to get through his covering units.
Right.
I mean, I guess she does with dictate, but...
yeah, but you can only do so much, I think.
Right.
It could be.
He seems to be accounting for dictate, too. He's got 2 units, so pushing 1 out of the way is not going to be enough.
Plus, Valeria is a little bit... I mean, right now, Valeria can't move. I mean, obviously, he just has to move stuff away, but it's just a little more clogged than you might want.
This is just brute forcing Sanctity is an interesting tactic.
Well, we've seen it work in the past. I mean, that's the counter, right? Is the multiple attacks. That's all you could do.
And now Valeria doesn't want to leave that machinist alive. We're going to be able to do 3 damage to it.
Right. Yeah, that's...
If she moves back to where she is. She's a little too exposed, I think, for that.
Yeah, I think so too. This could be the key moment of the game here.
Uses it to put
just
piece back up to cover.
I mean, no choice, right? No choice but to go to safety. So Vox was really successful in that sense.
Well, yeah. And she also doesn't want to leave that diagonal open.
Mind Witch copying Rogue. Yeah, that's...
Sanctity right back out.
Oh.
Ooh, bad roll. I'd say Vlox is countering this deck really well.
Yeah.
And Valeria chooses not to attack Vox to just stay on the defensive.
Well, it's an efficient deck, so that's
how's the economy doing? Economy's about the
pretty
same.
fair. I mean, Valeria's got more on the table, but
here comes the soul dancer.
The dancer.
Let's see it put on its moves.
Oh man.
Now I'm surprised at the footwork choice over Snake.
Right. Yeah. Just attack Valeria regardless.
Yeah. I guess there's got to be like a critical mass of units on the board at some point that
I tell you what,
out.
a lesson maybe I've been learning lately. I've lost a lot of games where it's like you get the other summoner down to 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then that's it, and then you lose on economy. It's like you get her down to 5. You've done the job of getting her out of the mix.
I mean, he's not, but his economy's doing fine. His economy's doing fine. I think that it might have more to do with like you need to put significant damage on if you're going to put damage on. Like
right.
It's better to clean up some of their stuff and not fall too far behind on economy because you're focusing on the summoner unless you're going to do something significant.
He's already reached the first threshold of Valeria saying, "Oh, I got to back off and I got to hide."
Yeah.
So.
And his press is strong.
Now, if you're playing a less skilled player, that's I'll do this attack and then maybe they'll leave me another. Ooh.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
Yeah, I also hate to see that arrow pointing the wrong way. Oh, because with range. Yeah, with range it's all screwed up. I haven't accounted for it. Man, that's not exactly what I expected, though.
I took care of one toughie. I mean...
So is something going to be able to slide in here?
She's going to be able to get 3 attacks.
Oh, wait. Sanctity's back, right? So
Sanctity's back, but still, like, she can do what...
Yeah, I don't know. The 12 life, that's some pretty solid sustainability,
Vlox's exit's going to be cut off, but he might be holding on to a slip by. Or no, we saw that he only had 1 slip by, and we saw that at the start.
Yeah, I mean, Out of Shadows can do some tricks in a pinch. Some defensive tricks, kind of like Primal Fury. Oh,
so you think he's holding on to Out of Shadows is his exit plan?
Yeah, somehow use it to actually teleport backwards. I don't know if it requires an enemy or what, but...
Oh, he's got that Deceiver all the way back there on his side.
Yeah, very true.
Valeria's fortressing back there.
It's hard not to sort of cheer for Vlox for being the one charging forward here.
Well, after watching Valeria pull off some real evil double engages, you start to feel like Vlox is an underdog.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Mind which uses sneak against him.
I love. It was definitely the core concept. Part of the core concept of the deck building symbols is like every time there's a new deck, every 2 set of cards, there's always going to be one deck you can put them into at least.
Vlox has chased Valeria into a corner, but he doesn't have anything down there with him to force her to stay, to force that forward.
Yeah.
Like, we're starting to see the economy flip now because Prophet has so much on the board.
Yeah. Bean Freaks. One of these rough rolls. See better. Valerius being cornered, so he's seeing it as Vlox is winning this. I don't know. I'm not saying a prediction, but
Sanctity's still
the dynamic is pro Vlox.
For Valeria, it'll be gone.
Yeah, but
by
there's only
next turn.
There's only so many summon spots if to take Ciabatta's view on this. Like Crowning Gates, You have a very forward gate.
It's got footwork.
Wow.
It's really just gonna hang in that corner, huh? Gonna join Valeria in the corner.
Yeah, because there's only so much. There's only so much you can bring
And then
at him.
can push him over, so he's only gonna have the Valeria.
There's no rogue alive right now, right? Oh, wow. Okay. So this is a pushing your chips all in, right? You're saying, I can win this. Maybe it's for good reason, you know? I can win this. I am all in. What are you going to do? I mean, there's nowhere for Valeria to go, period. So, unless Valeria can pump out a ton of damage.
She's got the
here.
Dancer closer to tough, so that Vox also gets tough. Though
Wow.
I think the piece could move out of that.
And I think Master, it's only during your turn, I think. He'll lose that at the end of the turn. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, the risky thing about this is...
Yeah, normally the summoner can't get all of those spread abilities. They only affect commons.
Right. Yeah, but it is good, you know, yeah, if he's able to grab strong and stuff. But it's still, even if he can get 4 dice, it's still just 4 ranged dice. So, I mean, he could get unlucky and it could take 4 turns, you know, if he's not able to get other stuff up there. And in that case, that could, yeah, with a Deceiver's help, that's rough. So we got Albus blocking off Peace, which makes sense. Some real good old fashioned basic Albus use.
Ooh, that's a lot of dice to miss on. Nowhere to push it.
Well,
or you can't push it.
Yeah,
right.
She can push commons.
Dictate. Can't push with dictate, but if he moves away, he
Could
suffers
move
engaged.
up the war or whatever they wanted, but looks like they're discarding for magic.
I bet he'd love to have the Dancer footwork into block. I mean, he's got to block off as many paths as he can to Vox if he's going to try to stand and fight.
I mean, it could...
Ooh, copy and versatile makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that helps a lot.
Got a burst
as far
of
as
speed.
getting the damage out, but this could be the last turn in that case. In theory,
he's going to be able to get the gunner through with the moto boots. Spending moto boots on a unit with 1 life must be really important to reinforce up to there.
All that matters is what we're looking at in the corner. Just filling space is good.
Footwork
is really good
is going
right
to be
now.
nice here for trying to control this area.
All right, and Vox is copying.
Fox has copied the machinist so he can attack twice, but then he did too many moves.
Oh, so didn't get a chance to.
Well, he also gets strong from it. I guess he moved the machinist up into strong.
See,
Oh,
I mean, with that
Jesus.
deceiver, that's really bad anyway, but.
Why didn't he attack the deceiver first with the gunner? I wonder. I guess he doesn't want that spot to open up by that gate. Put a champion on Vox.
Maybe, yeah. Right now it's just Valeria and the deceiver. No, he is doing it. So that is a good question.
Well, then that 4. Eesh.
Yeah,
Some real bad attack rolls
just
happening.
bad luck, that's. Oh, so he did get an attack off during the move phase still. Okay, but in sum, did 1 damage with those 8 dice.
Yeah, he was definitely hoping for more than that. That was a low odds turn.
But still, I mean, it might. There's nowhere
Sanctity's
for that deceiver
gone.
to go. And that's one thing deceivers have always done is they really.
Valeria can't move, so it can't
punish
dictate
bad dice
anything.
rolls.
Except
Yeah,
for on the attack.
Right. But I mean, I think this is just good old fashioned throwing dice at each other, really, you know? I mean, with some optimization thrown in.
Well, at this point, Block's forced that. Albus annulled the dancer.
Yeah, I don't know if it really
Doesn't
means
want him to
anything.
keep on creeping up in to block.
Yeah. Well, and gets rid of tough.
Null seems really good at high level play.
Well, the dancer will
counter.
have its ability on its turn, but I think it was just to get rid of tough.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, this matters. There's
Got
two,
both of them.
and at this point now there's no versatile unit on the table, right? Ooh, what's that gonna be? Kill the dancer?
Probably, yeah. Heal the deceiver.
Yeah.
He's got no reinforcement.
I mean, at the same time,
Hopefully, he's got a machinist.
if he summons a machinist, he could still just win. I mean, it's not great odds, but
Does not have a machinist. He doesn't have anything. He's given up.
man.
He's
Yeah,
got
that deceiver
he's building
coming
a
in,
bunch.
That deceiver,
It's all or nothing. He's got to survive this, and then he built a bunch, probably searching for a machinist.
Yeah, plus maybe Out of Shadows, getting out of there with Out of Shadows. If should live, so boy, then we'd have a whole nother endgame. Yeah,
Everything's got versatile.
Oh, okay, this could be it then.
Eesh.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Poor rolling has ceased.
This is the Divine Deck Revenge from last tournament.
Ugh, that's the game. Killed by a deceiver
Valeria.
on the deceiver
Brutal.
spam.
It's strong.
That was, well, it was also like real bad luck for, like, just bad luck at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. When that deceiver swapped in, I thought though that, like, okay, that makes the situation look a lot better for Valeria. Yeah.
I do like the tactics, the all-out strategy. I think that the odds were in his favor that just didn't play out. Sometimes when you go all in, you lose.
Yeah, and it might have been card draw bad luck too, because he might have been able to get out of there, last turn if he had pulled the right card. I think he was making sure to get what he needed there with the discarding for magic at the end. So
Yeah, and then also this high elf player was making great use of Mind Witches and Albus and like lots of high level play around, countering the opponent with its own stuff.
That was Prophet, and Prophet in the chat says Deceiver OP, so well fought to my opponent, had me stressed in that corner. Yeah, that was that was an intense way to go in the game. So yeah, congrats to Prophet
So
on another tournament win.
deck building continues to be the Wild West. All right, everybody. That's us. That's Summoner Wars. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for playing the game. We will see you at the end of the next tournament. Bye, everybody.
Bye.